welcome to the 7th Annual Night for Sight Gala. My name is Ricky Klaus, and I'm honored to be here this evening supporting the fantastic work of Prevent Blindness Georgia. I've had the privilege of working with this organization now for a little while, and am truly inspired by what they do. I've learned so much about the invaluable vision screenings they provide for thousands, let me say it again, thousands of adults and children all over the state of Georgia. I have personally been inspired to get involved and help promote this work, and I genuinely hope that after tonight, you are too. We have a wonderful program lined up for you all this evening, including a mission address from the President and CEO of Prevent Blindness Georgia, Jill Thornton, an exciting live auction, a paddle race, and most importantly, awarding the Nonprofit Partner of the Year Award to an exceptional individual and organization, Rafeal Huerta and the Latin American Association. Yeah, right? We'll also be honoring our 2023 Person of Vision, a man who is truly an outstanding leader in the vision field, Scott Bullock. Yeah. All right, but first I would like to invite to the stage the board chair of Prevent Blindness Georgia, Dave Pauly.
So for those of you who are joining us for the first time tonight, welcome. I'm Dave Pauly. I'm the chairman of the board of directors of Prevent Blindness Georgia. We are so happy to have you here tonight. And for those of you who are returning and were here last year and even the year before when I was the auctioneer, I would just like to say, I'm deeply sorry. There are so many people I want to acknowledge and thank tonight. Being the board chair of Prevent Blindness Georgia is intimidating in and of itself. But I had to follow the board, follow Scott Bullock into the chairman of the board, which ratchets up the pressure so much more. The only thing that saves it is I'm like a quarter of an inch taller than him. Before we get into our prepared remarks, though, there is a matter of board business that has to be executed tonight. Quick show of hands, the board of directors who are here tonight. Would you raise your hands, please? I cannot tell you what an honor and a privilege it is to work with this incredible group of people. Mr. Bullock, I need you to approach the stand, please. There is a small matter of business that we have not executed as a board effectively. So technically, until we execute this piece of business, you're still the board chair, which means I can get the hell out of here. Yep, that's it. This would be the official passing of the gavel. So, this is the Leadership Award presented to Scott Bullock for his outstanding leadership and dedication to Prevent Blindness Georgia today, October 21st, 2023.
Thank you. And Dave is very modest. We have one rule, and all the people that we work with, and they know this rule, that you have to replace yourself with someone much better than yourself. And you remember, right? That's the rule. And we've absolutely done that with Dave Pauly. So thank you for taking on such a wonderful role and all that you give to this association. Best of luck. Thank you.
I have to replace myself with someone better than myself. The next chairman of the board will be a large potted palm. There are several people we would like to acknowledge and thank tonight, but I'd actually really like to start by extending a huge congratulations to our table mate, Dr. Jeannie Perrine, for being nominated by the American Optometric Association for the 2023 Top Optometrist of the Year, representing the state of Georgia. This is only possible because this evening is only possible because of our generous sponsors, our financial sponsors, our in-kind sponsors. We are incredibly grateful for our presenting sponsor this evening, National Vision. Also for our benefactor sponsor, CareSource. Our insightful sponsor, iSouth Partners. Our dinner sponsors, the Bullock family. My personal hero, our bar sponsor, Dr. Nanita Brown. Our soiree sponsor, Equity. Our reception sponsor, United Healthcare, and our healthcare sponsor, Northside Hospital. All right, how about one more round of applause for all of these people? And now, a reading from the book of Bullock, verses 20. We'd now like to thank our insightful sponsors, Dunn Laboratories, Eugene Gabbianelli, MD, Georgia Eye Partners and Opal Aesthetics, Lensar Incorporated, Ocular Therapeutics, Our Fundraising Search, Paul Cater, MD, Rex Adams, Star, Sun Pharmaceuticals, Thomas Eye Group, Quigley Eye Specialists, William Humphreys, MD. Round of applause. And the next verse, our eye-catching sponsors, Ben and Amanda Seals, Coherus Biosciences, Emory Eye Center, Kearney Street Consulting, Michael Jacobson, MD, OMIC, Protivity, RX Site, and we'd also like to acknowledge all of our patron sponsors, Glacial Digital, Karen Summers, MD, Wayne Pace, and Jason Johnson, Jeannie and Jason Schaefer, the Latin American Association, and Lisa Schaefer. Please give a big round of applause to all these people for their generosity for sponsoring this event. We're so excited to see such a great turnout tonight. So let's keep up the momentum and support Prevent Blindness Georgia. I want to let you know about a very special event that our person of vision, Scott Bullock, founded some years back. That would be PBGA's annual cast and swing golf and fishing tournament. This is actually, while this is a lovely, wonderful, incredibly successful event, Cast and Swing is just an incredible day out in the Piedmont Driving Club. It's going to be on Tuesday, April 30th this year. Ladies and gentlemen, please use your phone to scan the QR code on our screens in order to capture information and sign up tonight. We can't wait to see you out on the golf course. And now, please welcome to the stage the Senior Vice President of National Vision, supporting Eyeglass World Vision Centers in Walmart, military, Fred Meyer stores, and philanthropy, and a really good friend of mine because she has terrible taste, Jackie Grove.
So I'm from National Vision. National Vision is the second largest optical company in the United States and the third largest optical company in the world. We operate close to 1,400 stores all around the United States under the banners of America's Best, Eyeglasses and Contacts, Eyeglass World Vision Centers in Walmart, and the military bases around the country, along with a retail chain called Fred Meyer up in the Pacific Northwest. All of our retail brands operate off of a low cost or no cost exam model and a very low price point for entry level glasses. And our mission of our company is to make eye care and eyewear more affordable and accessible to everyone. So that goes back to what we sell and what we do philanthropically. So we know that because of our expansive store footprint around the United States and our low-cost model, that we're actually helping more people to be able to see in America who otherwise might not be able to, or might be getting their glasses philanthropically, right? So the private sector always has to play a role in sustainability. Our higher purpose as a company is to solve the global vision crisis, because there's over 1 billion people on the planet who don't have access to or can't afford a basic pair of glasses. And most of that is because they can't afford a pair of readers that we can go buy at a CVS or a Walgreens, right? And these are the poorest and most marginalized groups of people on the planet. We know from our involvement in this sector that being able to see affects every facet of your life. When you're a child and you're getting your education, it helps you go further educationally. It helps you to fill out a job application. It helps you to get a job. It helps you to earn more in that job. It helps you to feed your family. It helps you to get out of poverty. It helps you to not have traffic accidents, which is a very real issue. And it helps you to live longer. It helps you to be in better health. So it's critical to solve the crisis. We take our profits from National Vision, and we also use those to fund charitable contributions. And we have our own foundation called 2020 Quest. And we work with organizations all around the world to solve the vision crisis. We work with the International Agency for the Prevention of Blindness. We work with the United Nations. We work with the World Health Organization. And right now there is a wave of motivation by all the sector to solve this crisis. Locally, here in Georgia, because we are based in Duluth, Georgia, we have a 14-year history with Prevent Blindness Georgia. It goes back 14 years that we've worked with this great organization. Prevent Blindness Georgia is what I consider to be one of our cornerstone organizations that we work with philanthropically, because it's important for us to help people that live right here in Georgia, because this is where we're based. So we've donated funds for key projects and programs in Hall County, and it also supported the adults and children's programs for Prevent Blindness Georgia. We've also had a National Vision representative sitting on the board of directors for Prevent Blindness Georgia, because we believe that involvement should extend more than just giving funds, that we should give our time and our expertise in certain areas to try to help the cause. I've personally been involved with Prevent Blindness Georgia for the last 3 years, helping to plan, raise money, and attend key events like this one. Being on the board, I've experienced firsthand the level of unparalleled commitment and determination from every PBGA team member and board member that I've interacted with. Each year I've seen the organization's reach and impact expand further and further, and we're very proud to support, to learn from, and be a partner of Prevent Blindness Georgia. Thank you to everybody for coming tonight. Thank you for your support of PBGA, and we're honored to be a part of this very special event this evening. Thank you very much.
It is my privilege tonight to introduce Prevent Blindness Georgia's extraordinary president and CEO, Jill Thornton.
It is so wonderful to look out and see a room full of caring people, all gathered to support the mission of preserving sight and preventing blindness. We hear from our adult patients what they have lost as a result of losing their sight: the ability to work and support themselves, the ability to pursue their life's calling, the joy of reading a good book, or watching their grandchildren take their first steps. The children are the first to tell us they can't see their computers and are struggling in school with their grades. Because of your support, we have had an incredible year. We have provided services to over 3,000 adults in 46 locations. We also provided services to 51,000 children in 602 locations in 108 counties across the state of Georgia. From providing our certified vision screenings, we learned that 10 to 30% of the children were unable to pass their initial vision screening. This finding is significant, as the national average is 8%. Today, we're bringing Georgia's children the full circle of vision care. This means we go into the schools and not only provide certified vision screenings to children, but we also bring eye exams, and to the children who are unable to pass their initial vision screenings, we provide them with 2 pairs of prescription eyeglasses, one for the school and one for home. These services are provided during the school hours so that we can ensure that each child is seen, and the barriers for the guardians, such as transportation, work hours, and child care, are removed. For these children who have more advanced vision disorders, we coordinate care with our network of vision care specialists. We're able to do this because of you. Together, we've expanded the ways we've been able to reach out to young people who don't even know they can't see, to families who are faced with having to choose between putting groceries on the table or giving their children the glasses they need to succeed at school, and to people who work hard for a living and depend on their eyesight, but who don't have insurance or money to pay for the eye care they need. But there is more we need to do. We need to expand that circle of vision care even further. We're here this evening not just to celebrate the work of Prevent Blindness Georgia, but also to celebrate the work we're able to do together. We're here to honor the critical role that you play, because without you, we cannot pursue our mission. We invite you to join us in the journey of ensuring that all people, regardless of their means, have vision. The people of our state need Prevent Blindness Georgia to do even more, and it is only with your help that we can do that. Thank you for being here this evening, and thank you for sharing our mission to have a world in which all can see. And now I'd like to invite to the stage our amazing Vice President of Children's Vision Services, Chevette Turner.
My name is Chevette Turner, and I'm the Vice President of Children's Vision Services for this amazing organization. I'm really excited for the opportunity to speak tonight. I know we all have maybe a little mantra or words that we like to live by, and so mine is a quote from Winston Churchill. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. The person that I'm going to speak to you about tonight really embodies those words. After receiving a generous grant from the Georgia Baptist Foundation, we were connected with the Latin American Association of Northwest Georgia. Those funds were to provide vision screenings, exams, and prescription eyeglasses for children in Whitfield County. Our families in Whitfield County can often face many barriers to care and education. Those barriers can be a lack of providers, a lack of trust in providers, language barriers, transportation. With Rafeal's support, this project received volunteer translators for our clinics. He negotiated lift rides, free lift rides, $50 each way, for families to attend our clinics, as well as volunteer support for the screenings. This man is loved by his community, and he loves his community. He can walk into a school and people just really, whatever it is that he needs, he's going to get. We had lunch, and we immediately had volunteer screeners for our screenings. We served 19 schools in Whitfield County, and because of Rafeal, we ended with 40 certified screeners from the Dalton State College Nursing Program. 7,563 children were vision screened. He attended every screening and clinic. 232 vision exams, 400 pairs of glasses, which included 2 pairs of glasses, one for home and one for school. When I tell you that I'm honored to present the Nonprofit Partner of the Year Award to Rafeal Huerta and the Latin American Association, it is an understatement. This is a person that I am truly honored to know. Rafeal, I'd like to present this award to you.
Thank you.
Good evening. It is really an honor for me to be here, and it's been great. It has been a great journey, and this only could be possible because of the hard work of Chavez, Carla, that made those trips to Whitfield County, and also we live in a great community, just like yours, where people have a big heart. And we found at Dalton State College, the nursing students that have the passion to help children, and also the educators, the administrators, they immediately opened the doors to Prevent Blindness Georgia and the Circle of Vision. So on behalf of the LAA team and Dalton State College, we're very grateful that we made this happen, and we look forward to do it again on the school year 24-25. Okay? Have a good night, and thank you for having us here.
I expect most of you in this room are familiar with the story. A young golf professional, very intelligent, incredible work ethic, attention to detail. Everyone loves being around him. Things are going great at the country club. But he's got a vision. He wants to run a business, and he wants to grow a business. So in 2010, he leaves the golf industry and takes the helm of a small eye practice here in Atlanta, Georgia. 13 doctors, 1 surgery center, 4 locations. So fast forward 13 years, this same organization, a few organizational changes, is now 310 doctors, 21 surgery centers, and in 12 states. And while he's doing this, he's also volunteering at Prevent Blindness Georgia. He has a vision for them as well. He was on the board for 5 years, I think still on the board. He was chairman for 2 years, and during his time on the board at PBG, the budget doubled. More importantly than that, countless kids across the state of Georgia without good access to health care have received eye examinations, eyeglasses, as you've seen, and in many cases, if needed, surgery. And one of the things that this individual has brought to PBG is that through his network of eye surgeons throughout the state, he has opened up a new avenue where one of these young children that needs surgery, he plugs them into his network. So an amazing contribution. So it's my pleasure to introduce this gentleman. I know everyone in this room would agree we're just really lucky to have this guy in our lives. So 2023 Prevent Blindness Georgia Person of the Year, Mr. Scott Bullock.
Thank you. I'm going to really put this a lot lower. So much gratitude, Dr. Gabinelli. You give me way too much credit. There's obviously a lot of people part of growing what we did, and you were right there from the beginning with the vision. But first of all, thank all of you for coming tonight. I asked so many of my friends and those that I've known for so many years in two different times of my life in the golf industry and now in the eye care industry to show up tonight so we can share a really important message with you. And I think everybody in the room is starting to feel the good that this association does. And I feel very fortunate to not only be here tonight to be part of that vision, but in my life, I feel very fortunate to share vision with so many people in this room. My mom and dad taught me that community volunteerism was important. My dad was the chief of the volunteer fire department growing up, and my mom volunteered at the church for every year of my life that I can remember. And so my opportunity to come back and do stuff for the community was really important to me. The golf industry was such a passion, so much fun. It probably wasn't so much fun to my family because I didn't really see too much of them on the weekends. So when the opportunity came to join Dr. Gabinelli and be part of his business, which he started in 1999, he started that practice, Georgia Eye Partners. That was a core building block of what now has become iSouth, and introduced me to so many other wonderful people in this room, including Dr. Jacobson, who was a past honoree, who I've learned so much from, and his partners. Together building what we build and being able to give back to the community has meant a lot to me. I wanted to just add a few more notes here because I'm kind of riffing, but Rafeal, congratulations, thank you. What a wonderful contribution you've given to this association. Jackie Everett, National Vision has been such a wonderful partner in Prevent Blindness. What you do for the state of Georgia and for the country and your mission is just something that I aspire to be part of and do the same. And I know Rex Adams and the iSouth team, we look forward to taking your lead and continuing that and helping in that mission. So thank you for your generosity. Rex Adams, our CEO of iSouth, thank you and the board for supporting the time away from work to focus on doing hard things like running golf tournaments and going to functions like this and drinking wine with good friends. It's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it. So thank you for letting me do that. Yeah. So in the room today, coming from golf to in the eye care industry was somewhat of a weird leap. A lot of people have asked me, how did you go from golf to eyeballs? And a couple of people in the room actually were actually at my first interview here So Dr. Gabinelli went to his partners and said, hey, I got this great idea. We need a practice administrator, and I got this golf pro over that I think would be great at it. So he says, look, you have to go in and we're going to do an interview. I'm like, great, I'll come in and interview. And I thought that he would be there, but actually it was his first year associate, Dr. Parle Couture, who, where's Parle? She's here, one of our fabulous glaucoma doctors. And Candace Miller, that's sitting right here at our table, were at my interview panel, and I said, where's Dr. Gabinelli? He's like, I think he's playing golf. I said, that makes sense. So I proceed to find out that Dr. Couture is the first year associate who they just hired. Her mother's the chancellor and dean, the president of the University of Houston. And her sister's a glaucoma doctor, and Dr. Couture went to a dual Miami residency and graduated like Doogie Howser. I think she was 13 when she came out. And Candace Davis had been, I think she started working in eye care when she was 13. Maybe that we probably need to be careful. It's probably more like 10, but we can't say that. And so they're on my interview panel, and I did not prepare very well for these questions of what are you going to do to help our practice. So the interview, I kind of got out, I sweated, proceeded to send Dr. Couture a text thanking her, and autocorrect changed it to Dr. Chatter, which I don't think that went over that well. She immediately asked Candace if she talked too much, and Candace said, no, I don't think so. And those of you who receive my emails over time know that I don't really proofread anything I send, so kind of a philosophy. If you can understand the point that I was getting to, you did your job, and I did mine too. But so my apologies to anyone I sent an email or a text message to and messed up your name or anything else that I did wrong over the time. But out of the deepest of my heart, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for being part of my family. Thank you for giving what you give. Thank you for just enriching my life. And I hope you all continue to support this association. It is really touching. If you ever have an opportunity to go out to one of the children's clinics, over 51,000 children last year got free vision screenings. Just want to, Shabbat, where's Shabbat? Where is Shabbat? Please stand up for a second. This is really one of the people I'd like to say deserves most of the honors. Your passion for what you do is just unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you. And not only that, Prevent Blindness does the adult clinic, and we have someone in the room, Dee. Where are you, Dee? I'd like you to stand up for just a second. Dee's in the back. The adult clinic and what we do for underprivileged adults in the state of Georgia, and the ability to find, there's so many stories of Dee calling somebody in this room and asking them to volunteer their surgical skills or their clinical skills to help someone that couldn't really afford or doesn't have insurance or is under the poverty level. And when you doctors sit there and do that, and you allow Dee to place adult in one of our clinics, it really is life-changing. If you're a doctor in the room, you haven't had a chance to meet Dee, please say hello to her and talk to her a little bit before you leave tonight. She would love to continue to talk to you. There's so much more need and opportunity to help the adult community, and the volunteers that we have, especially in the clinics, are so needed and so valued. So last, before I leave, it's been a late night. If you're a doctor in this room and I have called you over the last couple of years and asked you to volunteer either at one of our children's clinic or our adult clinics, would you please stand up? And I'd like and I know I'm going to ask you to please stand up. If you've done, come on, the Gainesville doctors, the Georgia Eye Partner doctors, I think there's some Georgia Retina doctors, and some Georgia Eye Associate doctors. Dr. Perrine, we've had independent optometrists and doctors. I've called them on as thank you. I've called them and asked them to get up a Saturday or Sunday or during the week and take time from their family, and they have gladly been a volunteer at either our adult or children's screenings. And we need more doctors to be part of our volunteers. And last, I'd like just to acknowledge Jill and Carolyn. Would you please stand up? And I'd also like all the PBGA staff and board members just to stand up one more time, along with anybody that's here that does one of our volunteers or our vision screeners. If you're in the room, would you please stand up? Katie, thank you. Yeah. So, the board members, Jill will tell you, thank you all. Jill will tell you about Dave Smith was the president of the board before me, and Dave and Jill resurrected Prevent Blindness from a time when it wasn't doing so well. And to see, you've got to be so proud to be sitting in this room tonight. And I'm not bad with math, but I think we've raised over $300,000 this year for the association. And I know you're going to use that money to do so much good. And I think this is a new record this year. And I just want to, again, thank you all for your generosity. Please come back and please stay involved, and please keep supporting Jill and her team in this wonderful association. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, so the question is, who is Scott Bullock? And how do I know him? I don't actually. I agreed to do this interview so I could get out of clinic today. But I'm sure he's a nice guy.
I remember I first met Scott because the senior partner of the practice said he had found the perfect practice administrator. And after meeting Scott, I could understand why Gino was pretty excited about him.
We were a growing organization. One of our partners mentioned there's a guy I know, this Scott Bullock from my country club. He's a golf pro, and we all kind of looked up and, wow, well, that's definitely outside the box.
Supposedly he is good at golf. I think that is a lie.
When I first met Scott, he was quite the ball of energy, and to this day has quite the same energy level.
He was trying to steer the ship that is healthcare.
Scott taught us more than we taught him within the first few months.
He met with each of us individually. He got to know us. He began to build the change that needed to happen off of the skills of everyone in our practice.
He was amazing when I wasn't arguing with him. I'm sure it was a really good time.
He was pivotal in expanding our practice tenfold.
We realized in partnering with private equity, we could bring that mission statement of providing the highest quality eye care to so many more patients.
Scott has grown the interior segment portion of our business to over 30 affiliated interior segment practices, 2,300 support staff, along with 250 ophthalmologists and optometrists, covering approximately 140 locations.
It was no surprise to me that he really became committed in serving Prevent Blindness Georgia. He believes in providing care to all patients, whether paying or indigent, to spread that quality medicine where patients need it the most.
Since 2018, the golf and fishing tournaments have raised over $500,000 for the residents of Georgia.
I know you did not want tonight to be all about you. Sorry, Scott, that is exactly what tonight is about and should be about. Scott is an amazing leader for so many reasons.
He is incredibly personable.
His ability to connect with people, support people when they need to be supported.
He can see the situation and immediately know how to implement a plan that is going to benefit all involved.
He always makes sure all of us feel really heard. In 2018, when I became pregnant, Scott was the first person I told about my pregnancy. Fast forward a year later in 2019, and Scott is truly the only person who could get me to come back to work.
Congratulations, Scott. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for not firing me many, many times. Just ignore the 6 emails I sent you this morning.
We love you, and again, happy not only to call you a colleague, but more importantly, to call you a friend.
I am so proud of you. No one deserves the person of vision more than you. Congratulations.
My friends, this year's Person of Vision Award is presented to Scott Bullock for his excellence in the eye care community and his work to create a better vision for all of Georgians. And I know this will surprise you, he has something else to say.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. I did purposely save one thing for last, and it's, God, this was, because I knew it'd be hard to say, but Andrea, thank you. 25 years of marriage, you gave me the best kids in the world. And this really isn't about just me, it's about us. And I'm really excited about, what's next. And if you would just stand up for just 1 second. So I can clap you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you.